Do believers still go to church? Or is that a thing of the past? I mean, not online. I mean, in the building, like showing up in the building. So I was thinking about this the other week or for a few weeks now. And um, as a child, church was not optional. And the church that I came out of, we went to Sunday school, we went to morning service, and don't let there be Bible study in between. We would eat dinner in between Bible study and evening service, and don't let there be a church coming in or we going out because you was present and accounted for. And then I was thinking about how in my adult life, because I've fallen, for this okey doke, where I did not make church a priority. I allow other things to get me off track. No, I was never okay with it. There's something that never settles right with me when I'm not in that gathering, when I'm not present in that space. But I would run into a lot of believers who church is optional for them. It's not a thing that they do. It's not mandatory. So I'm curious. Are you a believer and is church optional for you? Okay, so let's just run this back because I came across this and it says, my parents did this. They didn't listen when I said I felt uncomfortable at church due to a youth leader tickling me under my boobs. Like, this is not okay. I am not okay with this. But what did your parents do? Is this a church thing? Who called the popo? Okay, let's move on. Look at this one. It says grooming, indoctrination, religious abuse, emotional neglect, evasion of boundaries, and showing them you don't see them as human beings. Forced belief is fake religion. That is not what the church is. I understand that there are bad things happening in the church. But what I will say is that there are also good things that are happening in good churches. If it's not godly, leave. Ask God to guide your footsteps somewhere else, to lead you in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. But this is not just a church thing. This is a boundary thing. This is a um not making God a priority and like not opening your mouth. This is a secrecy thing. This is a cult thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm If someone's doing you wrong, if you're being abused, if you're being mishandled, call the police, tell the leadership if they're not doing anything about it. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend, get it correct it. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Here's the last one for today. It says my parents forced me to go to church every Sunday too. I'm an atheist now. Come on, y'all. Is this really a church thing? Is this a church thing or a belief thing? I'm not practicing what I believe. I'm not trusting what I believe. I'm listening to everybody else. I'm not studying to show my own self. I'm not studying the word of God for my own self. I'm Are you reading? Are you praying? I am not being judgmental. But I think a lot of the things that we're calling a church thing has everything to do with a relationship thing. I am not church talking about using church as the end all be all cuz I think that does a disservice to anybody. But I will say is to neglect a place that is designed for God's dwelling place, for the study of God, the environment where God inhabits and where God comes and sits with his people to sup with them, to help you to grow in your faith, to build your faith. Just to say the church did this really is a relationship thing. It's maybe being in the wrong place. And I will give that to you. I'm not saying that your church did you right and that this was right for whatever they did, but it didn't come as a force. And also, oftentimes, when I'm, looking at, thinking about my child, my daughter, and she said to me this morning, she was like, I'm not a good daughter because she's in a stage where we're training her and teaching her to be a good listener, to obey her parents in that space. And she's doesn't want to do it. She's rejecting it. She's like pushing, like hitting against the pricks, like the Bible talks about. And so a lot of times this isn't necessarily just a church thing. A lot of times we are dealing with rebellion. We're dealing with pride, and we're dealing with not wanting no one to have authority over you or to give you instructions. Really, I feel like it's that thing. Let's talk about it. I would love to hear your comments, your conversation. I would like to have a conversation about this. So just leave your comments in below, and let's see where this goes. Let's talk about it. Is this a church thing? Do believers go to church, like in the building? I'm just asking. Let me know in the comments.